Sometimes we might use Google Slides for things besides presentations, such as making posters or infographics or other creative things. One thing that I like to do at the beginning is to figure out what would this look like if I wanted to print it. And I'll usually go to File, Page Setup, Custom, and then choose my dimensions. A piece of our poster paper is 11 by 17. So I would want to see if I would like my poster to be portrait style like this, or if I would like it to be landscape like this. Another important thing when thinking about print is that we don't want to fill this up with color. That's great for digital work, but for printing it off, it uses quite a bit of ink, and it can become pretty expensive and not turn out that great on our printers. Finally, steer clear of the edges. You don't want to put any of your important words or graphics around the edges because they just might get cut off. So when I'm designing something, I usually like to have some sort of banner, and I'm just going to stretch this one out a little bit to go beyond the thing right there, and I'm going to choose a transparent, and I'm going to make this our dark CVC color. If you're looking to get specific colors from maybe a logo or a website or anything, I like to use the extension called ColorZilla. I'm able to click on it, pick a color from the page, and then I just have to put my mouse over that color, and it will give me the color codes for it. So this code right here, and I can go and if I wanted to change this, I can make a custom one and paste it right here. So that's a great way to get colors. Another thing that you'll probably want to do to make things stand out a little bit more is using word art. Now, word art kind of gets a bad rap for things, but it does actually work pretty well when used appropriately. And I'm able to change my word art, and I can just resize it. So rather than changing the font size and trying to get it right where I need it to be, I can just resize it like that. Another thing when making visuals, it can be helpful to separate things out, so to give dimension to things. So I might want to have maybe this be a transparent, maybe with a thicker border, as maybe I'm going to put something inside there. I might also use circles as well. So I might have two of these things. I'm going to copy and paste this so that I can get the same style. But we equip. And this might be one where I want to change to a different color right here using some of the school themes. And then these red lines right here, when you see them come across, they usually show you that you're aligned with things or centered. Like this would be the center, the exact center of this shape, but this one is centered across that axis. And so I might put this over here, center it, and maybe I'll change this one to be the blue color, and then maybe this becomes equip and inspire. Probably should recenter that. So things like that. Another thing that you might want to do is create things with little drop shadows to make your stuff stand off the page a little bit. So for example, maybe with this shape right here, I might want to format it, go to Format Options, and then choose a drop shadow. And I could choose the color of the drop shadow as well. And I could choose, how far I want it away, what angle I want it to be at. Do I want it that way or that way? Different things like that to make it stand off the page. Some other things that you might want to do is give a drop shadow to your big text And I could do it this way, but another way that I can do it is I could always copy and paste and kind of move it to where I want. And maybe I give it this black fill color. And I'm going to arrange this. I'm going to send it back. So I'm going to use Control-Shift down arrow. And it's kind of hard to see with that color, so I'll maybe change it to this blue color right here. And I can adjust as needed. So now it stands off a little bit. Finally, the last thing that you're going to want to do to enhance your presentation is use icons. Now, there's a couple ways I can do that. I can go Insert, Image, search the web, and I can type in some things and grab icons from here and bring them in. But I like to use some different add-ons. Icons by Noun Project has some free ones that you're able to use, but you might also find icons for slides and docs, and then insert icons for slides. So to get these, you would need to go down to Get Add-ons, and then you would be able to search for icons. And so there's one that I have installed. Here's one, here's another one. You could also make your own as well, or get them from somewhere else. But those are really the main kind of design tips, using a duplicate text to create a drop shadow, using the drop shadow feature to create one, using word art, icons, and shapes to kind of organize your information.